Hi, my loves. It's me, Jazzy Mac, and today we're going to get into some awesome work from home opportunities for GoFundMe. Yes, these are going to be no phones, and because I love you so much, I've also included some opportunities for those part-time opportunities for things like data entry, as well as global opportunities and opportunities that are going to be equipment provided. So we're going to get into this opportunity for GoFundMe, but we've also got some opportunities for places like SiriusXM. How exciting is that? And because you all missed out on the last opportunity that we did for Ticketmaster and Grow Therapy, I wanted to show you the jobs that are still hiring. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into some of these opportunities. We're going to actually come back to the opportunities for GoFundMe, but I got to do my shout outs super quick. So let's get into it. Miss Asia said, "Hey, Jazzy, I truly appreciate all the resources you provided. They have been a godsend. I applied for one of the Cash App positions and just went on my first interview with the recruiter. I am happy to say that I have been passed on to the second interview with the manager. This is my job. I'm claiming it because I know it's already done. Again, thank you for looking out for us. To all the people, keep going and claim it. The universe can't deny you when you're bona fide." Congratulations, Asia. We are so excited for you. I can't wait for you to come back and say, "Jazzy, I got the job offer." So listen, y'all, put the effort in, apply for these jobs. I don't care if you don't meet all of the qualifications, just apply, because you see what happens when people apply. And then we have Miss Spiritual One that said, "Hey, Jazzy, wanted to share, since using your resume templates, I received my first round interview for a business analyst role. I started your resume subscription Wednesday, May 31st, updated my resume and started applying to jobs on June 1st. Yesterday, I received an interview request for a BA role where I submitted my resume on June 5th. I will keep you posted once I receive my offer." Congratulations. Those business analyst roles can easily go into six figures. The lowest I've ever seen a BA make was like 68,000, and that was for an entry level job. So congratulations to you. And then the beautiful Miss Kathy said, "Thanks for all you do. I applied for U-Haul and within a few days had my interview, got the job in the same day. Start date is June 12th. Listen, I am super excited for you. One, because you applied, and two, because U-Haul is such a flexible company, like as far as scheduling goes. So congratulations to you, Kathy." And then Miss Kim said, "Wanted to let you know I applied for the Sedgwick job last month and I got the job. I started June 5th. Congratulations, Miss Kim." And then Miss Leo Queen said, "Came to say thank you. I got the Discover job. I applied as soon as this video came out and used your template and had 2 interviews and got the job. Great job. And thank you for the info." Congratulations to you. And please remember, if you are looking for the templates are always in the description box. I always say this. So when you're looking at a video such as this video, all you have to do is go underneath here where like you see the job title, or actually like the title of the video. And there's going to be this little more section right here. You would tap on where it says more. Once you tap more, then you see this little thing that says grab the resume templates here. So make sure that you are tapping more if you don't see the resume links, which this is how you get to the resume. So congratulations to all you wonderful people. I'm super dang excited for y'all. Like, y'all just make my day with this type of news. So let's get into these opportunities. I think I want to start with Grow Therapy, because so many of you guys missed out on Growth Therapy. So when we go into the careers, you're going to go into corporate roles. The opportunity that a lot of you just completely bypassed was claims specialist. So this was one of those research sort of roles. This is one of their no phones roles, where you're basically submitting claims that have errors in them, or may have some sort of coding or policy issue going on with them. And you're maybe also doing things related to appeals for claims that have been denied. But anywho, this is one of those jobs that is going to be completely it's more of a data entry. This isn't where you're talking to customers. I know some people don't want to talk to customers. So this is going to be perfect for you all. And the pay starts at a minimum of $23 per hour. So that is the minimum. It can go up based on if you've got any sort of customer experience, claims experience, insurance experience, all of that good stuff. It can go up. So next on our list, we talked about Invitae. Now, Invitae was kind of like a genetics testing company. That's the field that they play in. But anywho, we talked about previously, they had a role for a billing appeal specialist. So people that want to appeal like how much their medical bills come out to be. Let's say it's $1,000 and they're like, no, I thought this was going to be $500. This is kind of like a role where you're looking at rejections and denials of certain claims in addition to looking at like the billing aspect of it. So you're essentially submitting appeals to insurance carriers. Again, this is a no phones role. If you've got any sort of healthcare billing experience, that's great. But I do want to let you know that they do provide training. And what I'd love to point out is it says, even if you don't meet all of the requirements, they still want you to apply. It says it's rare that everyone is going to check every single item. It's okay. We encourage you to apply anyway. Do you know why they encourage you to apply anyway? Because they're going to train you. They're going to train you to do it your way. So even if you say, well, I got experience already, they're like, yeah, it's great that you have experience, but we're still going to show you how to do it our way, the way that we prefer that you do it. So again, if you don't meet all the requirements, if you don't have everything from the background that they listed out, they're telling you they still want you to apply. So I don't want to hear any more excuses about I don't have the experience or I have gaps in my resume. I don't care. You need to apply and apply right away. So again, the resume templates are already done for you. So you literally have no excuse for why you are not applying. So the next opportunity that they had was a medical records phone specialist, similar to what we talked about, but this is a phones role. Okay. And then what we've also got, we talked about growth therapy. What I also wanted to show you was the Ticketmaster, because we talked about Ticketmaster and a lot of people are always like, Jazzy, there's never anything for California. And I'm like, yes, there is. There's lots of stuff for California. And even if you don't live in California, you still need to be applying for these roles. Some of them are not location specific. These are just like outdated listings. So part-time, here we are. And I do want to point out that Ticketmaster is global. So they do have roles in other countries outside of the US. So they are a global company, but this one is going to be a part-time role for an event support specialist role. Okay. This is going to be more of a data entry role because you're inputting the event data into the Ticketmaster system. Okay. You're not really like talking on phones to people. You are more so working internally with groups such as the marketing group. You might work with some accounting people, or you might work with a customer service team. Again, not actually talking to customers. So this job, very flexible, and it's going to pay up to $23 per hour. And again, this is an event support specialist part-time role. This is kind of like it's like an internal technical, maybe internal admin role. So that's more so what it's going to be for that particular role. And then they've got another role, the customer success specialist. I've had a bunch of people that have been saying, Jazzy, I want to get into customer success. And this is kind of like that entryway, like, getting your foot barely in the door. Like if you don't have any of that previous experience, this is going to be perfect. Now, this is a product support role that you're going to handle via chat and email. I told you that I would show you things that were no phones. I got you guys. I hear you loud and clear. This is going to be live chat and email. Okay. You're going to do things related to troubleshooting, things for like purchases. If somebody made a purchase and maybe they didn't get their tickets, or maybe if somebody has like account access issues, they can't get into their portal. These would be the things that you're going to ultimately support. Again, I don't care where you are located, you should apply anyway. When I applied for this role, I put that I was located in Georgia, and it didn't say, oh, you're not qualified. What it said was, your application is under review. And that was like a couple of days ago. I haven't gotten a rejection emails because like of where I'm located. So everybody should be applying to this. Okay. And I think this one pays up to $21 per hour. Okay. Part-time, right? So those are the roles that are going to be for part-time. Let's get into the GoFundMe, because I know that's like what everybody's been like freaking waiting on. So GoFundMe, all of you know GoFundMe for basically like the donation sites where if someone needs like some medical treatment or maybe somebody wants some help paying for college, GoFundMe has just been phenomenal in setting up these platforms for people to basically crowdsource any type of financial help that they might need. So GoFundMe is a really, really great company. I'm going to show you two different roles from GoFundMe. The first one I want to show you is kind of like, this one's going to be a little bit more entry level. I'm going to show you one that has to deal with like, you know, those like spam accounts. We're going to look at that role next, but I really wanted to break down this particular role for the payroll clerk. Okay. So about the job, it says, join us because GoFundMe is looking for a payroll specialist to ensure effective payroll processing cycles and to act as a SME in handling payroll related inquiries. Success in this role requires working relationships with other departments that collaborate with the payroll team. In addition, the ideal candidate is detail oriented, has the ability to handle ambiguity, and thrives in a fast-paced environment. So what are we going to be doing? Well, you're going to submit accurate and timely weekly payroll, right? You're going to oversee the time and attendance system and time reporting. So essentially, if someone is reporting that they worked 50 hours, even though they're like a hourly employee that's only supposed to work 40 hours, you might be responsible for saying, okay, let's make sure that those 10 extra hours that they worked were actually approved by their management. And this is how you do it. Like when you're looking at their time card, you're saying, okay, let's make sure that the hours that they're submitting are actually hours that they worked, right? So that's where the whole auditing and reviewing the payroll hours comes in at. And then if someone is entitled to things like commissions or bonuses, those are also going to be things where you're like, okay, let me make sure that their manager approves them to get $1,000 bonus. And that's probably just going to be a matter of looking at like the notes that are internally written in that person's like their little payroll portal. So I used to do this like a really long time ago. It's pretty much like working in HR in conjunction with the accounting team and maybe like the finance team. And sometimes you'll have to reach out to managers and you're like, hey, this person was supposed to get a $10,000 commission. Did you approve that? Da, 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 da. And they're like, yeah. So it's a very like, it's a very easy job, especially if you're a person that likes to deal with like details and just, you know, like you're really good at auditing things or like going back and reviewing things. That's what I loved about the job. It wasn't like I needed to be an accountant. Like I didn't look at hard numbers all day. I mostly looked at like payroll hours and making sure like people's time matched their medical leave or that it matched their like, you know, maternity leave, things of that nature. So again, you may also have to send out some W-2s. If somebody says, hey, I didn't get my W-2, you go in, click a button that automatically sends a replacement W-2 to their address. Like, again, guys, I did this. It's very entry level, to be quite honest with you. They're going to say they want you to have 5 years of experience in in-house payroll. Trust me, you don't need it. If you've ever worked in any type of auditing, you've ever worked in like even working at home, balancing your own budget, like for your own household, as long as you can like speak to understanding like how to use a budget, how to allocate different tasks and, you know, how to review things, that's going to be good enough. Okay. They do have in here, if you've got like experience with like FMLA, like you've ever worked for a company like Sedgwick, where you processed any type of leave or absences, things of that nature, that's going to definitely be a plus for you. And obviously working with softwares like Excel and knowing how to do data analysis. Now, this job pays very well. At a minimum, it's going to pay $65,000 up to $90,000. So obviously, if you've got more experience, you will be pushing right at $100,000. Now, what's cool is they also offer equity, which is free stock in the company. Equity is literally the best form of free money that you get. It's stock that you have. You can keep the stock and just let it grow, like, you know, watch it grow, but you can also just cash it out. Like it's free money. So keep that in mind. Again, when you're talking to like the recruiter. So this is going to be for a payroll clerk. Yes, the resume is done for this job. And then the next job that we're actually going to look at is going to be for the compliance analyst. Now, when we talk about compliance, especially on a platform like GoFundMe is obviously probably one of the most, how do you want to say, like, it's a place that can easily attract dishonest people or people that are abusing the platform. So as a compliance analyst, it says you're going to join basically this first line of defense team to conduct customer due diligence with a focus on sanctions and watch list screening. So this is basically making sure that there isn't some bad person or company in like a foreign country that's basically on a watch list that's trying to set up like a GoFundMe to do things like fund, you know, illegal activities, things of that nature. So what you're going to do is you're going to monitor different assessments to make sure that we're asking the right questions because when you set up a GoFundMe, you are essentially, they do take you through an assessment to ask you what your GoFundMe is about. Like, is it related to education? Is it medical? Who's going to be in charge of it? How long is it going to run? All that stuff. And then what's also really interesting about this job is they want you to do reviews of certain like accounts. So if an account just appears to be like suspicious, there's like some suspicious transactions related to that account, or perhaps there is just a massive amount of money being sent to one account all in one day. It's like, no, you be the person that's like, okay, this is unusual activity. Let me take a closer look at this account to see why every single day they get a $50,000 deposit, you know, things of that nature. So this job is perfect for anybody that's worked in, like if you've worked in money services, like say you worked at the Walmart Money Center. I don't care if you like worked at like a paycheck cashing place or something like that. You've got experience in AML, which is anti-money laundering. I know Walmart teaches that to all of their cashiers. At least they did years ago when I worked for Walmart. And so, yeah, understanding anti-money laundering at like a foundational level. And if you've ever worked in any type of payments, even if it's like billing support or you worked in collections, things of that nature, that's going to be very relevant work experience. Now, when it comes to the pay is very, very good. The pay goes up to $85,000 per year. And again, it's also going to include your equity. Okay. So 85,000 is like $42 or $43 per hour. Like that is very good pay. Even if you got the lowest $32 or $31 per hour, like that is a lot of money to not be on the phones. So I do have the resumes available for these as well. Let me know if you have any questions about these jobs, because they're going to go quickly. So if you don't have the resume subscription, you may want to go ahead and jump on that before everybody and their mama starts applying for these jobs. So until the next time, folks, let me know what I can help you with. Let me know what other types of jobs that you want to ultimately see, and I will bring them to you. So good luck to everyone, and congratulations to all of you that have landed roles and landed those interviews. I am so daggone proud of you. Y'all just make my little heart happy. Alrighty, until the next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye.